Y'all, this Diddy situation is spiraling out of control day by day. The worst part, more people than we ever thought are getting exposed. Right now, Kanye West has dropped a bombshell, alleging that his ex-wife was the one orchestrating all of Diddy's freak-offs. We all know that the Kardashians were a fixture at Diddy's parties, and they had a solid relationship with him. Word on the street is that Kim K has made several appearances in Diddy's freak-off tapes that the authorities have recovered. This sudden link between the Kardashians and Diddy has opened a Pandora's box no one saw coming. Kanye West. So we all know that Kanye has been seemingly canceled by Hollywood after he said a few disrespectful things to the community. Well, the word is that Kanye was allegedly silenced because he started to expose the entertainment industry, tarnishing their image. Y'all might remember that infamous paparazzi interview where he exposed handlers and sacrifices. Well, it turns out from that day on, he had a target on his back. Have y'all noticed that Kanye seems to have vanished from the mainstream media? This truth is going to be heard. I can't send none of y'all Meek Mills, iPuppies, Little Boozies, none of these folks who have to listen to y'all because they're dealing. Fans have also noted that Kanye's golden period was when he was with Kim Kardashian, his ex. As soon as he divorced Kim, his reputation and career nosedived. It wasn't that Kanye wasn't talented. In fact, he was hailed as a genius in the music industry. But fans speculate that Kim might have had something to do with it, given her sky-high reach. In a recent sit-down with real-life street stars, Jaguar explained that when Kanye was exposing the industry, no one wanted to hear it, so they allegedly opted to kick him out of the spotlight. He's telling everybody exactly what they don't want to hear. He's doing the same thing I did 2 years ago. It's just that he's Kanye West. During that time, Kanye was being burned at the stake. But as soon as he started to speak out, he was branded as crazy. It seemed like everyone was trying to smear Kanye, as if they were all in on a prank, except Kanye, of course. Jaguar pointed out that Kanye's brilliance couldn't be suppressed, which might be why everyone is so eager to label him as sick. Not to mention, around that time, Ye revealed that he was being threatened by a well-known celebrity trainer, Harley Pasternak. Harley actually sent Ye a message claiming that he could help Ye get out of that mess after a loving conversation, or he could have Ye institutionalized. His message stated, "Second option, I can have you institutionalized again, where they medicate the crap out of you, and you go back to zombie land forever. Play date with the kids just won't be the same." You might not get it, but there must be some powerful force backing Harley for him to have the guts to threaten one of the hottest rappers at that time. This is a trainer, but turns out he was actually Canadian intelligence. But this is my trainer. So this shows you the kind of handlers around the superstars in California, right? Get this. There's a very specific person mentioned in Lil Rod's lawsuit that the mainstream media hasn't highlighted. His name is Lucian Grange. Ye recently called him out on a diss track aimed at Drake. Ye mentioned the 63-year-old music industry mogul on the remix to Like That, and during an interview with social media personality Justin LaBoy, he debuted the song on his new podcast, The Download. Kanye referred to Lucian as the Six Gods Rich Baby Daddy, to imply that Grange is giving Drake all the spins and love on DSPs that his certified lover boy's heart desires. It's a wrap for these guys. Where's Lucian? Serve your master, guy. You caught a little bag for your masters, didn't you? Lifetime deal. I feel bad for y'all. You're so out of sight, out of mind. I can't even think of a Drake line now. The thing is, Kanye also alleged that Diddy was able to get away with everything because of Lucian's power and influence in the music industry. Kanye explained on his podcast, The Download, that Lucian is one of the industry higher-ups promoting Diddy's agenda to allegedly control the industry as a whole. He's still a hired gun, just like a handler, running Universal for him. In Jones's controversial lawsuit against Combs, he alleged that the music mogul's supposed transgressions have involved a number of celebrities and fellow recording industry higher-ups, including Grange, Usher, Young Miami, and even Prince Harry. However, in a new court ruling, UMG blasted Jones and his accusations, with its lawyers arguing for UMG to be dismissed from the ongoing suit. In addition, UMG wants legal penalties levied against attorney Tyrone Blackburn, who filed Jones' lawsuit. In the new filing, which was shared on Twitter by legal affairs journalist Megan Key FF, Universal's attorney Donald Zarin wrote, "A license to practice law is a privilege. Mr. Blackburn, plaintiff's lawyer, has misused that license to self-promote gratuitously, falsely, and recklessly accusing the UMG defendants of criminal behavior. The complaint hurls accusations of criminal racketeering and criminal actions against the UMG defendants, respected individuals, and companies having utterly nothing to do with the plaintiff's claims. These accusations are recklessly false, and but for the fact that they are embodied in a complaint would be libelous. Donald argued that he had never seen any lawyer in any pleading in any court who would accuse people and companies of criminal conduct without the slightest basis, and then try to file an amended pleading completely abandoning every allegation in the original claims. While disregarding Tyrone's work ethics, Donald claimed that Lucian must be dismissed from the case altogether. He said in a statement, "All of the claims against Grange, UMG, and UMG Recordings, the UMG defendants in the second amended complaint, are lacking in any legally cognizable basis. Every claim premises on the unwritten strict liability theory that when one enters into a commercial contract, the payer under that contract becomes liable for anything that the recipient of payment does with the payment." For context, Lucian was named as a defendant in producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones's lawsuit against Diddy, filed back in February. The suit alleged that Diddy sexually harassed and failed to pay Jones for work done on the Love album, Off the Grid. You see, Lucian is included as providing financial resources to Diddy and Love Records, the rap mogul's label. According to the court documents, as a general business partner to Diddy, the head of UMG allegedly had a duty to ensure that the financial support they provided to Scene Combs and Love Records was not being used for sex workers, substances, and laced drinks. Kim Kardashian. Okay, so fans have just discovered that Kim Kardashian and Diddy had a pretty nefarious relationship that they both allegedly tried to hide from the public's eyes. Fans found out that Kim Kardashian unfollowed Diddy just a day before the raid happened. Now, this step threw many people off the loop, as the allegations against Diddy have been popping up since November last year. But Kim allegedly decided to cut ties with Diddy as soon as the authorities got involved. Sketchy, right? Anyway, you might have noticed that the mainstream media has not been active in delving into the details of the lawsuits filed against Diddy. It may be because of the big names involved in the complaint. Is it because of this man right here, Lucian Grange? He is one of the most powerful men in Hollywood and music, and he has been up in Diddy's room, while Kim and other Kardashians had a great relationship with Diddy throughout the years. However, they seem to have disappeared from the scenes as soon as Diddy's homes were raided. Sources claimed that the investigators seized Diddy's firearms and every electronic device they could find. Now this is critical information, as Lil Rod alleged that all the rooms in Diddy's mansion were wired. And allegedly Diddy had a habit of recording famous people in compromising positions. And guess what? Kim has allegedly made an appearance on more than one tape. It is being said that she seduced men so Diddy could get videos of those men to blackmail them. Not to mention, Kim's dirty past has also been making the rounds on social media. We all know that the Kardashians have always portrayed themselves as being self-made millionaires. But that is far from the truth. A fan spilled the beans on Kim's stolen career. Yeah, you heard that right. She said in the beginning of her career, Kim stole $120,000 from singer Brandy when she worked as her closet assistant. Brandy's mother, Sonja Norwood, sued Kim and her siblings for charging over $120,000 in unauthorized purchases from her American Express card in their own clothing stores. She would go on to date Brandy's brother, Ray J, with whom she had made a sex tape. We now know that there were several tapes to choose from, and her mother made that choice based on which one she felt Kim looked best in. So she literally began her career with a tape of scandalous acts and stolen money. She explained that Kim gained traction as an early influencer after she paid for half of her followers on Instagram. And mind you, this was long before anyone knew that this was a thing. The entire brood of Kar-Jenners did this as well, so that it appeared everyone was following this family when they were not. In addition to that, apparently Kim worked her way up to tax evasion using her mother's church, called the California Community Church, as an excuse. For context, this church requires its members to pay $11,000 a month for membership and 10% of everyone's annual earnings. By doing this, they all get a 10% tax reduction every year. Then, allegedly, their mom launders their cash back to them, so they get the tax break without donating a cent. You might be surprised to know that there are rumors that Kim went into business with Joe Low, a Malaysian businessman, whom she probably helped money launder some of the $4.5 billion from the Malaysian state-run Economic Development Fund. One Malaysia Development Berhad by winning $350,000 in Las Vegas with Low's money. According to reports, Low is still wanted by Malaysian authorities. On top of all that, some time back, Kim got busted by the SEC for promoting cryptocurrency without a disclaimer to show that it was a sponsored ad, which showed that she had taken part in a pump-and-dump scheme aimed at increasing the price of cryptocurrency before it was sold to investors. Although nothing has been proven, the turn of events is really suspicious. It is also coming to light that Kim is not a self-made billionaire. Glamour magazine reported that her father left $100 million for his 3 girls. The word has it that she also inflates what she is worth to get on the Forbes list, which is how her sister Kylie lost her billionaire status. Kim recently went on to give her own silver-spooned opinion to other businesswomen out there. She said, "I have the best advice for women in business. Get your effing behind up and work. It seems like nobody wants to work these days." That is rather rich coming from someone being sued for wage theft. You see, Kim was sued in Los Angeles Superior Court by 7 workers accusing her of wage theft, retaliation, and more. The complaint alleged that cleaning and maintenance workers at her Santa Monica Mountains home weren't paid for all the hours they worked, didn't get overtime pay, weren't given required meal and rest breaks, and didn't get any pay stubs or documents related to employment. On top of that, the complaint alleged violations of child labor laws, and that an individual was fired for complaining about the unlawful working conditions. While Kim K has been hiding skeletons in her closet, they are nowhere as dangerous as Kris Jenner's. You see, one thing that most people don't notice is the identity of Kris Jenner's boyfriend. Now Corey has pretty tight relations with Diddy. If you look back in time, you'll see that Corey was the first one on site when Kim Porter passed away. If you think about it, Diddy might be on very close terms with Corey if he called Corey only moments after his girlfriend died. Fans believe that it might be possible that Corey was paid by Diddy to act as his alibi in Kim's sudden demise. Anyway, although Corey is known as a tour manager, he has close ties with a number of big names, including Diddy, Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Ellen. Fans believe that there might be more to Corey's manager gig than meets the eye. Kanye alleged that Corey might be one of the rumored handlers that work for the higher-ups to keep the stars in line. I have a feeling this man Corey Gamble is going to be part of the industry fallout that is happening right now. Well, it looks like Kanye has always been against Corey being so close to his children, and in a previous post, he even claimed that Corey was godless. He said, "God has a plan to remove the godless. Corey needed to never be here anyway, and I think he's a nice person, not a great person. A nice person who used to be around Puff's family, then got around Justin Bieber, and then when Kris got divorced, he slid in. He once told my wife he knew what music she should be listening to. So when I seen him a week later, I had him removed from my daughter's birthday party." Fans believe that Corey was allegedly hired by Diddy to infiltrate the Kardashians when they were becoming famous. The word has it that since the Kardashians were becoming hotshots, Diddy wanted to have a close connection with them that eventually led Kim to attend Diddy's parties. You see, Kanye has always been protective of his children, and he even name-dropped Diddy when he claimed that his daughter was abducted, and he didn't know where she was. Kanye claimed that after Corey entered the household, the Kardashians started to act sketchy, and the said incident took place around that time. Let's not forget that Kanye even mentioned that Diddy was one of the feds long before the raid happened. A fan pointed out, Kanye West told us that Diddy was a fed just like how Epstein was working for the feds. Diddy's role involved gathering incriminating information on celebrities and awful individuals participating in weird behaviors at these creepy gatherings. Newest lawsuit. Diddy, seen Combs, isn't exactly keeping a low profile since the feds raided his Miami Beach and La mansions over a month ago. The embattled rapper has been spotted all over Miami-Dade County. Bystanders have seen him golfing with his twin daughters, grabbing a bite to eat at a health food restaurant, and taking a bike ride around his Star Island neighborhood. In most of the pictures shared on social media, the 54-year-old rapper is either smiling or looking unbothered despite his personal and professional life completely imploding. Combs recently shared a cryptic new post on his social media. In the video, he said, "Not hysterical, not frantic, not anxious, not fearful, but steady in the storm. Looks bad, looks tough, but remains steady in the storm." The 54-year-old is facing sexual assault lawsuits from Lisa Gardner, a woman going by the name Jane Doe, music producer Rodney Jones, and Joy Dickerson-Neal. But Combs has denied each of the claims, and his lawyers recently filed a motion to dismiss a number of claims in the Dickerson-Neal suit, claiming that statutes that did not exist at the time the alleged misconduct occurred, and against corporate entities that were not formed. In addition to all that, Combs is facing another lawsuit. This one in a six-figure business dispute that alleged that Combs left a New Orleans design firm on the hook for $100,000 in material costs after postponing the event it was meant for. Raven PMG, which builds temporary structures out of steel for events ranging from concerts to pop-up venues and art installations, accepted a contract to build a red translucent cube for an event Combs was supposed to hold on August 31, 2023. Another company working with Combs, Phantom Labs, approached Raven to work on the structure. According to the federal civil complaint filed last week in the Southern District of New York, a few days later, Phantom asked for changes to the design, which tacked on another $20,000 in production costs, which another co-defendant named Mark Lupton allegedly promised to be paid by September 8. The lawsuit alleged that Phantom and Lupton misrepresented their funding and business relationship with Combs while negotiating the project with Raven. Under all these circumstances, fans are curious if Diddy would be arrested for any criminal actions. Legal experts claim that it might be possible. Nadia Shihada, who prosecuted R. Kelly for sex crimes in New York, said, "They clearly have probable cause to believe that a federal crime has been committed and that evidence of that crime, or multiple crimes, would be found in the two locations that they searched. This is big news, and if I'm P. Diddy or his lawyers, I'd be very concerned at this point." That's all for today. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell for all the latest news on your favorite celebrities.